This is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and I wanted to talk about what would be the better input. Is it compost or is it fresh manure, grass-fed manure? Not all manures are created equal. I notice in a lot of these fungi research that they do, they don't even mention the source of their manure, and you have to. There's just no, you just have to, because our food today is designed to eradicate fungi, to create disease. That's what it's for. I mean, chemicals do that. They know that that's what they do in your system, in your microbiome, and in the soil's microbiome, and in the plant's microbiome. The plant and us are full of fungi, inside us and outside us. And the cow's microbiome is 10 to 12% fungi. Very little studies have been done on the fungi in the cow's microbiome. But what they have discovered is that they know of over 20 different fungi are in there. And they get them from the food, or they used to. And they've also discovered, because all research is based on designing a product to sell that I've seen. And so if they're 10 to 12% fungi and you're feeding cows glyphosate ready corn that you spray glyphosate on them, you can guarantee that that cow is not going to be able to digest the grain that they're force feeding it very well. And neither are people, and that's why everyone's so fat now. It's the same problem. They're not, because the fungi, so the fungi create the enzymes that are the proteins, that are the building blocks of life. Ooh, we're not even going to look at those. We need to kill those and create something better. So I've been thinking about, I constantly am trying to figure out why, because I know that cow manure is you can do tropical fruit tree cuttings right in it, aged cow manure, and you can grow tropical fruit tree seeds directly in it. And I know that it's full of fungi. I knew that, and I knew that it'd probably be good for growing plants in, or like seeds, tropical fruit seeds. Finding out that it could do cuttings, is just amazing. And so I just started thinking about if the cows 10 to 12% fungi in their stomach, that has to be coming from all the plants they eat. And the feedlot people are now taking those, having them develop the fungi to apply to the feed. The fungi that breaks down the hard to break down stuff. Fungi is what does it. The lignin, I guess. And so they're trying to develop a product that they could apply to their feedlot glyphosate-ready corn that breaks down in the cow's stomach better from fungi. Rather than looking at all the fungi and asking why there's so many in the cow's gut and where are they coming from, and looking at all the plants that cows eat and if that increases the fungi, because not only the cow's gut have fungi, but it has every type of life that they check for in compost in large amounts in the gut of a healthy cow, not today's American cows, because American animal feed is all toxic, I believe. In fact, I know it is. It is. That's what's wrong. Unless you're growing it yourself and you know what's going in it, there's a good chance it's going to be toxic, because organic has very slack standards, in case you haven't noticed. And nobody has been looking at this fungi and its role in growing plants. So if the cow manure has all the stuff in and this is anaerobic fungi. Anaerobic. It's what they tell you you don't want, because what they do study is they study bacteria, have studied bacteria and E. coli. So they found an enemy in E. coli. But they failed to look at the whole system and the fungi in particular, I think. I wanted to check these jackfruits because I moved the other jackfruit because I thought it was sitting on the ground, and I think I broke on the other tree, I think I broke the stem, so it's no longer. Now, these look okay. This one's looking bigger. I'm just shocked that these little tiny trees are able to produce so much fruit. So the living soil compost foliar spray stuff that they use the bubbler on, well, that doesn't even make sense to use anymore. So it made me start thinking, well, because I used to think that grass-fed cow manure was just as good as this stupid compost that I was making. And now I realize that, no, it's the cow manure, stupid. That's where it has all the complete life. It's like a complete life for plant and soil health and gut health. 20 fungi in a anaerobic fungi. So fungi that lives underwater, which explains why our biodynamic corn lives underwater. That's what it's used to, as long as it has some carbon, which it gets from me putting seeds in there and leaves falling in there, because it is a rain barrel. So there's carbon that goes in there, and it eats it up. And in the summer, when it's drought, it floats to the top and it attaches itself to the algae. So it has the fungi in it, and that explains why it worked when I started spraying it everywhere, because it's like a super compost. That's what it is. Grass-fed cow is a super compost. It's the best compost you can make. It's like there's can't be anything better. I just can't see how it is possible. And I think you can make a better cow manure by feeding the cows a better set of plants. In fact, I know you can. It's like this whole form of farming that we've developed around these products that have completely destroyed our health and the health of our animals and the health of our ecosystems, our earth. Just, they got to stop. And it's been figured out, it's proven, and I just can't believe that whole nations aren't suing for the destruction. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, look at what they've done to Florida. I mean, it's like people just say it off the cuff. Ooh, I wouldn't eat an orange from Florida. I mean, that's what they created. They're trying to do it to the mangoes, but I wouldn't let them say that compost was bad for mangoes. I nipped that in the bud, and that's kind of why I got ran off of TFF, because I didn't get in step with their evil ways, which is what it is. It's evil. I mean, when you're making people sick and you're making the earth sick and you're making animals sick, that's kind of evil to me. And I think I've shown everyone that all these tropical fruit trees they hoard, I can grow without ever watering them. Without ever watering them. It's because of the cow manure. And the other stuff helped, but I now see that it's the cow manure is the complete inoculant your biological system needs. So you only have to do it in small amounts. Foliar sprays, that's why the biodynamic prep worked. And yes, the donkeys helped. I love mango trees, they're so freaking pretty. We still haven't got our fence finished. They got the gates all there and they just haven't hung them for, it's been a month they started. It's the worst. Oh, it's the worst. These darling things. The zebu supposedly has a better manure than all other cow breeds. That's why we grow them. These are, of course, American zebu, but registered international zebus, miniature zebus. It's our little bull, Midnight. That's our new heifer, Bogle Farms Uma. She's such a supermodel. She's the equivalent of a human supermodel in a cow, a zebu. She's like she has 4 colors: brown, red, black, and white. And he's a black and red and white paint, and then she's a gray with orange highlights. She turns dark gray in the winter. She keeps her orange, but she gets dark gray. And then Luna, she's pissed off because her human love interest is not here. She's in the back. She's a black, red, and white. She's a tricolored. Anyway, I just can't believe that they created these whole set of industries off the health of everything to get rich. And all people needed to do was continue on with the known historical methods for growing healthy food for thousands of years, which is cow manure grows healthy food. And it is about the fungi. So your systemic fungicides you're using and consuming, it's not very smart. They're in all our food. That's what we eat. The planet and people and biology killers is what they are. Anyway, that's why our biodynamic corn, I'm just wondering if the more reduced anaerobic fungi, because this is fresh cow manure that was taken and shoved inside of a cow horn, buried at the winter equinox and left for months, and then dug up and put into a water barrel, a rain barrel. And I see it's like a fungal inoculant for the soil, because it is. I'm gonna go look at it, because it kind of amazes me. I mean, you can see the proof. I mean, I don't water any of this stuff, and I don't, you know, it grows by itself. I mean, we have mangoes still, coconut cream mangoes, second crop. Nobody else has that. And these are on nasty nursery growing trees that use systemic fungicides. So you know there's no mycorrhizae going on there. Well, it's not going to be if you inoculated seed and then grew it out, like we're doing now. It's not going to form the perfect relationship because it was poisoned at birth, basically. Poisoned with the chemical companies. That's what they do. They make you sick. So here's my horn. It's moved. See, this is what it does. It starts floating to the top. And you see it? There it is. And see if we can get any fungi view in there. Yeah, you can see the fungi. And there's the hyphae coming out of it. Just, you can see the black line. It's right there. Oh, there. I'm gonna lift it up and see what it's doing. Yeah, you can see the hyphae coming out of it when I moved it. Look at all the fungi. I mean, that's a fungal inoculant. That's what it is. So when they do these, they make this compost and then they put all this plastic around it, and then they bubble it. Well, this is anaerobic. You want the anaerobic fungi. Hasn't been studied, that grows in plant cells. That's what you want. Anyway, this is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. We do have biodynamic horns that we are making here. They'll be available in like 8 months. $100 for the large and $50 for a small. I do believe you only need a small amount. Anyway, Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. Have a good day.